I forgot to turn on my microphone. Can you hear me now? I'm excited to be here. My name is Lee Bryan, but around the Atlanta area, most people call me that puppet guy. Can you figure out why they call me that puppet guy?
Because you're a puppet guy.
Yes, precisely. I'm a guy who does puppet shows. And actually, believe it or not, when I go to my job each day, this is what I get to do. This is my job. I get to make and perform puppet shows. I'm a type of performing artist called a puppeteer. Can you say that word? So I'm going to be up here doing my job, the puppet show. You're going to be out there doing your job.
Watching you.
Being the audience. Yes, very good. All right, so have they told you anything about the name of the show? Oh, you're in for a treat. This is an original version of Pinocchio. Anybody heard of the story of Pinocchio? Yeah, I bet you have. You've probably seen the movie, or there's a cartoon out there, and there's a book. But this one is going to be different. This one is going to be very different than any version you've ever seen before, because this one is a version that I made up. I made up this adaptation of the story of Pinocchio, originally written by Carlo Collodi. So that's one reason it's going to be different. The second reason it's going to be different is this puppet show uses some puppets you may not be familiar with, or style of puppetry. This puppet show uses found object puppetry. And that's when you take ordinary household objects like old curtains, old boots, trunks and suitcases, and you recycle them. You reuse them. Now this, I'm not recycling. This was new when I bought this. Don't panic. So this is a way that you can repurpose stuff. All of this stuff came from a Salvation Army, a Goodwill, a thrift store. Someone else was finished using this stuff, and rather than throw it into the garbage, what they decided to do was donate it instead. So the next time you have something, maybe you have, can I use it? Maybe you have this, and you're finished using it, and you don't want to. It's perfectly good. You don't want to throw it away. Maybe you could donate it instead. And by donating your stuff might end up in someone's puppet show someday. All right, enough talking. Are you ready?
Yes.
Well, then our story today begins. And it begins the way many good stories do. With the tracking cue. With Once Upon a Time. Once upon a time, there lived an old woodcarver named Geppetto. Oh, Lordy, whoa! Hello, everybody. My name is Geppetto. I'm an old woodcarver. But I live all by myself. And I don't make much money. Oh, it sure would be nice to have someone to share my life with. I don't even have a beautiful spouse. La 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 la. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. This reminds me. I was on my way this morning to get something to eat. Okay. Now, what am I going to eat?
Chick-fil-A.
No. But wait a minute, I cannot eat at the Chick-fil-A because I got no money. No money means no food. Hey, how about I eat this?
No.
But this is the soul food. No? Wait a minute.